Welcome to segment 8 of building my teardrop trailer. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on these inner panels. So I bought some nice finished cabinet grade birch. This will be the inside wall inside of the teardrop. So I've got these panels. Now these panels are only 8 feet long, and so therefore I'm going to have to put a splice in them. So here's what I'm going to do, and you'll let you just watch here for a second. So here's my pattern that you remember from last time, or from a previous episode. So I'll put my pattern here on the birch, and what I've done here is I've marked where I'm going to have my joint. Now where this is the there's a bulkhead here, and then there's a countertop that runs back here. So the joint will be half behind that bulkhead and then half up here. So that would be visible, except that there will be another piece of plywood on the inside that'll cover it. So I think this is a good place to put the joint. So what I'll do is I'll just line all that up. I'll then clamp it down, and then the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out this door. Now, if you'll remember in an earlier episode, I cut out this door panel using a plunge router with a guide bushing. So there's my guide bushing and an 1/8 inch bit. And then I would plunge and just run along the pattern like this, and then it would cut that out. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time showing you how I did that, because you can look at one of the earlier episodes and it'll show you that. And it's where I'm cutting the door outer skins, or the outer panels for the doors. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this out, and I'll be back when it's done. Okay, I've completed my cut. There's my panel. That'll go on the inside of the door. And then when I take my template off, I've also marked around the template. I'll take a jigsaw and cut out here, and cut that roughly. And then I'm getting ready to glue it all together. And then after I do that, I'll varnish it, and we're going to start going 3D with this thing. Okay, I'm going to cut out the other side here. I've already cut the door out, and I've decided rather than using the jigsaw to cut it out, I'm just going to go ahead and put the another upcut bit, put the 1/4 inch upcut bit in here, use the same guide bushing, and just cut it out that way. That's all cut out. Now, once this is assembled, you can see I've got my marks on the template here. And once this is assembled, this skin will actually be trimmed to here, because that's the edge of the headliner. And then these are the spars, and this is the outer edge of the roof. But for right now, I just wanted to reduce their size, make them a little bit more manageable, and before I start gluing them up. Okay, now that I've got the interior sides cut out, I need to, remember the plywood wasn't quite long enough, so I've taken another sheet of plywood, cut some off here, and I'm just going to cut the profile here, so it's just the back section of the teardrop body. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the template back on here. Everything lined up the way it's supposed to be. And then what I'll do is just clamp this down and then run my router with my plunge bit with that upcut bit around the outside there just to cut off the tail piece. I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, I've got the template off. So this is what she looks like, all cut out. So this will be the interior skin, so this will all be varnished. And here's the seam between this tail section and the main part. And this seam will be covered with a bulkhead. So there's a bulkhead that comes up here. Then there's another piece of plywood that fits over here, another finished piece of plywood that's part of the sealing system. And then the seal for the hatch. And then this right here will be, that's the only part that will show is this one little seam right there. So I think it should be pretty good. All right, that's it for today.